Okay, nerds, today I'm going to teach you how to learn by ear. I'm making a camera stand right now. Two on top of an upside down laundry basket. Doesn't get any more professional than that. Okay. How I learn by ear. You know, maybe you've seen some of my tutorials, well not tutorials, but some of my playthroughs, thought, well, those are kind of accurate, even though they're probably not. In that case, bad perception on your part. But how I learn is I watch a video with someone, maybe someone who's got a bass and playing it, but normally I just listen to the song and learn from that. If they have a bass and I can watch a video of it, that's extra help, but if I'm like copying them note by note, then is it really even learning by ear at that point? I need to get this a little more stable. Okay. So, how I learn by ear is I typically just listen to the song. For Dig by Mudvayne, I did figure some of it out, and then I watched, I think, a video on it, because I just like watching bass videos. What can I say? And I learned a few things, such as instead of doing note for note, I kind of copied Insane Death Machine because, he's my favorite bassist, and did that instead. But as for the low B string stuff, I've got to focus more on my hand technique and stuff like that. I've got to focus on that a little more. But I normally just fiddle around and find what sounds right. So for Dig, I just do that all by ear, because it's only 3 notes. If you can just listen and figure out vaguely where they belong, you basically got the whole song. It's really that easy. It doesn't need to be absolutely perfect, because if it's absolutely perfect, then is it even a cover? You're just doing a playthrough at that point. So you gotta add a little bit of your own pizzazz, in my opinion. In that case, that's some of my fingerstyle techniques. Sometimes I mix in 3 fingers. Or 4. In the case of the beginning of Expulsion of Fury by Origin. Which I wish I could plug in right now, but my dad's doing work, so I can't, otherwise it bugs him. So yeah, just being able to figure out what is where on the fretboard. You don't need to learn every single note. You should learn strings though, B, E, A, D, G, C, in my case. But if you can learn the first 5 steps of each string, it's a huge help. So D, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, E, F, F sharp, G, E, F, F sharp, G, wait no, E, F, F sharp, G, wait, I'm missing something, oh my god, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, bleh, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, so on and so forth. If you can learn those basic notes, which I should really practice a little more, but practicing's for nerds, that really helps out a lot. Another thing, keep fresh strings. Tips for beginners from a beginner, have fresh strings. These ones are getting old. I might try the boiling trick, because I know that I can get a lot of grease and shit out of the strings. If you're wondering why I'm a little buzzy, my fucking god, my mom's mistake where she always calls my bass a guitar is starting to reach onto me. I had my bass leaned up against something improperly. Fell like this, on the floor. Luckily it was carpeting, but the nut is a little off camber, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way to deal with that. I might take a hair dryer and a hammer with what I did before to correct it slightly was I took an Allen wrench, put it up against different parts of the nut and whacked it a little with the back of one of those bunches of Allen keys, just because it's what I could do at the time. And to accommodate, I just have a little bit of foil between the strings and the nut. But that's what I've got working for now. Another thing, rhythm. If you can learn a bunch of cool rhythm techniques, like at the beginning of Metalocalypse. Wait, no. One. If you can learn some interesting rhythm techniques, that really helps a lot. Being able to figure out some slap too, because especially, doing stuff Ryan Martini does, I'm going to be repeatedly using the example of Dig by Mudvayne. This is another part I had to figure out by ear. Being able to work some slap in there can really give it a sort of unique flavor. Using slaps and bends to sort of recreate pinch harmonics can give it a little more pizzazz. That's really all. See you later.